We back with another one. Yeah. We just came from the calf. I already showed them where the calf was yesterday. Went to Starbucks. Got us that Bucky. You know how it is. Keep thinking we're about to get ran over. Yeah. We're heading back to the dorm. I'll talk to you guys later. But yeah, I didn't want all the clips to be inside like a depressing ass little room. So I was like, yeah, I'm gonna show it. Alright, let's go.
Hey,
Somebody?
how you doing?
We out here. We out here chilling. Mad chilling. Hold up. Gotta get the homie. Hey. Yeah, what's up, bro? What's up? We're in Charles's room, by the way. Just want to capture this moment. Bro, you have rubbing alcohol? Bro, you have rubbing alcohol.
Gotta get clean.
Clean. Alright. Yeah, we up here.
Trying to get on your bed.
Hmm?
Trying to get on your bed.
Yeah, we're just chilling. Just want to show you this. Alright, bye. Alright, so, back at the dorm. This is the second attempt of making this this vlog. Not because it's hard or anything, it's just because I don't know what to talk about. So, updates for the move. Nothing much has happened, so I'm pretty much banking on that. Having paid my credit card out, that I can use it to get a new. So I'm getting. I guess I can describe the details of the trip, what's going to go on, and how I'm going to do it. So first off, of course, it's going to be the 6th. So what's going to happen is that I'm going to get luggage, I guess, a new luggage bag. Like a walk-on, thing, luggage bag. And so to do that I need to go to Walmart. So I could probably do that today. I haven't been scheduling my days either, so there's also that. Yeah, so after scheduling a bit, after thinking of the next steps, of course I still have to get the ride. I haven't gotten confirmation by who yet, but I will get confirmation probably soon. Otherwise, I don't know. But yeah, so anyway, today I paid off my credit card bill. So hopefully, I have a 500. My biggest Bank of America. I have a credit card with only $500. It's my first credit card because I didn't want to get into problems earlier on, and also I had problems earlier on. Actually, that's the true reason. So yeah, so I have a $500 credit card cap, but it wouldn't let me use it. So now that I paid it off, hopefully, because I hadn't been paying it off, hopefully now that I paid it off, I can use it. That way it lightens up a load. Say there's an emergency or something, I would have to do that. Tomorrow, what I will do is start packing the stuff I know for sure I'm gonna take with me to Washington. That's the first step. Second step would be to. Well, actually, before that, I'm gonna message my friend Dino to see if she can take me to the airport. If not, I'll ask Coach, which actually Coach told me after practice that there was something he wanted to let me know what happened with financial aid. But I'm like, I don't think there's anything he could do. There's also the academic process I need to go through to. It's just water. The academic process to go to, I guess, formally leave the school, I guess. Which I haven't done. I'm gonna try to do that. Well, I don't know if I'll do that tomorrow because Thanksgiving. But I'll try to write about it. Try to figure out who I need to talk to, why, etc. All the stuff I need to do. And then yeah, hopefully I can get that done as soon as possible. Otherwise, yeah, I don't want to. I just want to ties over here. I don't want to have to worry about this in Washington, especially because I'm just gonna focus on work and League of Legends are the two main focuses. So yeah, that's where I'm at with that currently. Um, so yeah, getting a ride, cutting ends with CU, apart from the bill that I need to pay, setting up the payment plan. I'll talk to them after Thanksgiving as well, and then getting the luggage bag, packing. Guess that's the 5 things. So I can do the luggage bag tomorrow. It's not that big of a deal. I can find out the information about that. The unenrolling or leaving the school, cutting ties with school, probably tomorrow. Packing, I could start tomorrow as well. Do some light packing. I'm not gonna do anything tomorrow really for Thanksgiving. So yeah, I mean, I guess another theme. The theme of tomorrow. I think I'll talk about Thanksgiving tomorrow, not necessarily today. I won't talk about it today. I'll leave it for the day of Thanksgiving. Actually, wait. This episode comes in Thanksgiving Day. Let's talk about Thanksgiving. um, Thanksgiving. So it's a good thing I fell on a holiday. I was gonna talk about something else, but anyway, Thanksgiving is of course the holiday that's celebrated. I think exclusively in the United States. Maybe no, I don't think Canada celebrates it. Maybe, who knows? Or some parts, maybe closer to or meeting where they meet. Also, yeah, this is dirty baseball I found. I don't know. It's kind of fun to just mess around with. So, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving. Usually, well, when I was taught in not high school, in elementary, was that is when I don't know the specific dates, or I don't remember specifically, but it was a day where pilgrims and the Native Americans pretty much settled down their differences and had a feast to kind of give thanks, not give thanks, but like kind of, or yeah, in a way, give thanks for having what they had, like for peace, for nonviolence, for settlement, not necessarily like settlements, but like the settlement of like agreements, putting their differences aside and just having a feast, bringing instead of trying to take away, just bringing more as like a pacifist thing, like a peace treaty kind of. That's what I know. Of course, that became like very controversial because of what happened afterwards, where British came and then the settlers and pretty much the white man was like, "Oh yeah, we're taking over." So they pretty much, the Native Americans lost against the new settlers and the new, I guess, like the Englishmen. So that's what happened. That's as far as I know. And so that's why people, especially like a year back or 2 years back, they were hesitant in celebrating it. It made sense if you celebrate for that purpose. But what people have been doing now is changing the purpose of it, where it's not necessarily uh, about settlers, not necessarily about the English or the Pilgrims or anything of that. Now it's more about just giving thanks, literally just being grateful for a day of the year. Um, yes, I mean, it's how I think of Thanksgiving is like, if we're gonna have a day that to give thanks, I think it should be this one. The interesting thing is that, so there's a Mexican holiday called Dia de los Muertos. So this holiday, I remember in Mexico, this is a Mexican holiday, maybe Central American, maybe like top of South American tradition. I don't know about Caribbean, but like, so in this, so I remember, usually what you do is you go to the cemeteries, clean out graves of your family members or ones who've passed, you would kind of pray, make sure it's all cleaned up, painted. Even I remember my grandpa used to paint, repaint his graves of the people who have passed. Um, we would all make sure we clean. We would pray. Some people drank. Some people partied, put music, depending on the family member. So that's what happens. Um, and I remember my grandma. I don't know who used to say it a lot, but I think it was one of my grandparents or even both sometimes that said we should give more thanks, or we should kind of pay our respects, not just one day of the year, but try to pay it often throughout the year or consistently. And so, in that regard, I regard Thanksgiving as the same thing. Like, sure, we can have this day to give thanks to for what we have and whatnot. And then the turkey thing. I mean, I'm not like the whole turkey thing. I'm not really a big on or anything. So, like for me, it's not really that big of a deal whether I have a feast or not. But if we're gonna have a day for gratefulness, I believe that we should do the most for to be grateful for what we have. There's a saying that you have two lives: the one you're living and uh, the one you live after you realize that you only have one life. I think that's I'm paraphrasing. It's pretty much in what I thought of is like say a cancer patient who finds out, hey, you could die like in the next 6 months. So your dreams, everything you thought you were going to be when you were 40, when you were 50, 60, 30, even all those, even those little things, like things you couldn't do, like say you thought you were going to write a book, you thought you were going to finish college, you thought you were going to have a doctorate, those things eventually are going to go away. And so, like those ideas, like die the second you get diagnosed with that or you have the verdict of where you're going to end up. And so in that regard, I feel like that's what gratefulness is. Now, I journal, of course, I've said it many times, I've journaled a lot. And so, something that I try to fit in is gratefulness, journaling. Try to give, even though so when I journal, I usually nitpick at myself. I'm very neurotic. Neurotic is when you're more likely to, you're more self aware, you're not necessarily self deprecating, but like you're more self aware, so you nitpick at yourself a lot, and neuroticism has been going up throughout time and stuff because IQ is also going up, and it's usually linked with um IQ or conscientiousness as well. Um, so yeah, I mean, going back to the main topic, gratefulness is very something that I think has to be genuine. Um, I guess that would be my recommendations for anybody who's genuinely trying to give thanks for the things they have. You always have to make it genuine. For example, there were times where, and I know my mom watches this a lot, but there were times where I know I would be grateful for my mom, but there was times where like, so I would write five. So my prompt is that I write 5 things I'm grateful for. If I do morning journaling, I do that in the morning, and if I have a nightly, which I always do in the night, no matter what, which I'm gonna do, I do five points, and I try to force myself to find 5 things, because usually you have a few things that you are grateful for in the moment, but then when you have to force yourself to find other things, I feel like you have the stuff that you're grateful for in the moment, which is mindful, of course, but then you also have things that also is linked to mindfulness, where you have to really think, what else am I grateful for in this moment? So you can literally say, you know what, I'm grateful for being sleepy. I've written that before at night, where I'm like, I'm grateful for being sleepy and that I know I'm gonna pass out. And so, going back to my mom thing, is that there have been times where like I've said, oh well, I have to say I'm grateful for my mom. I have to say I'm grateful for my mom. When sometimes she didn't make the list, and there are times where she just makes it like that, and there's times where it's just like, well, no, today, and she it's funny when I say it because she gets replaced with things like, you know what, I'm grateful for that cup of, or not cup, the this boba tea, or I'm more grateful for the the sheets on my bed, or I'm literally grateful for like for example, there was one day where I was sore. I was really sore after working out, and it went away that day. I was like, I'm grateful. As the day went on, I was like, oh, I'm grateful for not feeling sore anymore. So there's things that I was genuine about, and I didn't. So what I used to do is like, oh, but you're supposed to feel this way. You're supposed to feel that way. You're supposed to feel this way. So giving thanks has to be genuine, and I feel like the good thing about doing it one day of the year is that it reminds you in case you weren't doing it before. It could put you back on like to get set more grateful habits to remind yourself that not everything is set in stone and that you shouldn't take anything for granted. Like for example, I thought I was going to stay here, thought financially was going to take care of it, and it didn't happen this way. So that's one example, I guess, that I can use for you guys. Um, Overall, I think gratefulness should, like going back to my original point. So one, gratefulness should be a habit. You should try doing this every day, whether you're religious and you pray, whether you're agnostic or atheist and you just want to be grateful or mindful. You don't have so if you want to if you want to give thanks to your um, whoever you worship or whatever you worship, that is good. If you want to give thanks just to life, just gratefulness. So for me personally, I'm more of a person that gives thanks to just, it's not necessarily to like the void of everything, like the universe or the world, but it's more about for myself. It's like when you feel grateful, you feel grateful. You like it's a specific emotion you feel. Um, it's like you only see these times when, say, let's just say you're really hungry. Um, let's say I'm really hungry for let's say we're really hungry, don't have money to get food, or you just missed like time to get food, and all of a sudden a person just says, "Yo, I got the Subway sandwich, this deli sandwich. Want to have it? I'm not gonna eat it." And then that at that point, like in times like that, you genuinely feel the emotion of gratefulness, and so I'd say look for that genuine emotion. Like going back to the genuine point is that, and then sometimes if you need to kind of not necessarily force yourself, but look beyond what you feel in the moment, or maybe perhaps things that that things that, for example, like there was also times where when I write for gratefulness, I say, okay, well, I already put these things. What else am I grateful for? And then I'll say, oh wow, okay, so the temperature is actually pretty nice. I didn't notice. I should write that. Oh, you know what? I don't know. Like this pen that I'm writing with, it's actually very good ink. It doesn't mess up ever. So then I write that, and it's just about that. It's about giving genuine gratefulness without faking it. And then if you can't find anything at the top of your head, really, that means you need to really think about what you know, about your decisions and what you're taking for granted. Like I said, you don't know what could happen. Anything can happen. Don't wish anything upon anybody, but anything can happen. So it's better to be prepared for the things. And I guess you like this is something, this is general knowledge, this is common sense now, but it's something that needs to be reminded. As I'm saying this, I'm being reminded as well. So it works both ways. So yeah, Thanksgiving, however you celebrate it, whoever you celebrate to. I hope that everybody has a good Thanksgiving. Whoever's watching. Um, Shout out to my friends and family who keep watching my videos, even though they're not the best. And yeah, I'm just grateful for starting this vlog. I'm grateful for whoever's watching this. I'm just grateful for being here. I don't know. Grateful for being in bed, grateful for being sleepy, so that as soon as I'm done with this, recording this, I put this down, I go to get my journal, write, set an alarm, and just go to sleep. I'm probably gonna wake up really late. Either that or I can wake up super early so I can get tired and then sleep early tomorrow so I can fix my sleeping schedule. That sounds better. Anyway, I think that I rambled up for enough time. Thank you everyone for watching, and I first of all, comment on what you want to see, because I'm running out of ideas. If it weren't for Thanksgiving, I would have just talked about like literally anything. So, ooh, so yeah, thank you guys for watching. Have a great Thanksgiving, and yeah, peace out.